Hello, Captains. It's the Doctor. Welcome to a new Let's Play episode. This is going to be the new featured episode in Star Trek Online for the 8th anniversary, 8-year anniversary of Star Trek Online. With the 8th anniversary comes a brand new featured episode. This featured episode is going to give us 400 vouchers toward the free 8th year anniversary starship. So you definitely want to play this mission to get those vouchers. It's a big leap ahead. And then, of course, you do the Omega Dailies to get 40 vouchers per day toward that ship. If you don't know much about the 8th year anniversary, or you want to learn about the new things in the 8th year anniversary, including re-engineering, which I find to be extremely fun. Yeah, fun. Check out my 8th year anniversary video in the top right corner. I'll link to that. It's worth a watch. It's long, but it has a lot of info for you. Also, if you have not seen it yet, you can check out another video I recently put up where I opened 100 of the new Discovery lockboxes in this game. And, well, I got a little surprise inside, so you might want to check that out. That was very fun. Alright, so let's get to the new featured episode today. We have featured episode. Now, I looked this up both on the internet and pronunciations on YouTube. And if I'm looking at things correctly, this is pronounced Scylla and Charybdis. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I got that pronunciation correct. That's what I'm going with anyway, so forgive me if it is wrong. It is not a common word that we come across here. Okay, the Alliance has decided that its defensive tactics against the Tzenkethi have gone on for too long, and it's now time to bring the fight to them. Find the Tzenkethi fleet and their proto-matter crusade once and for all. Need to be at least level 10 to play this. Let's contact Admiral Quinn.
Starfleet intelligence believes a Tzenkethi attack on an Alliance world could happen very soon. And with their new proto-matter torpedoes, billions of lives could be lost in moments once such an attack begins. We've spotted several Tzenkethi fleet groups on the move in the Alpha Quadrant. I'm assigning you to patrol an area near one of those groups.
Okay.
If they launch a proto-matter attack, I want you in position to put a stop to it.
So sounds like this is the final Tzenkethi attack, and we'll be going to the Alpha Quadrant for this. Here's the 400 prize vouchers we'll get, weekly episode reward, and Bajor stuff, which we'll go over all this at the end of this mission here. Let's accept that, and it looks like we need to just simply go to Torpedo Command. What? We need to go to Alpha Quadrant, like literally just go to the Alpha Quadrant. So there's no like specific solar system we go to this time. We're just going straight to the Alpha Quadrant. Anyway, before we begin, let me just go over my character a little bit so you know what I'm playing with today. This is my primary character, my very first character I ever created in the game. He is the Doctor. He is a science career. He is an alien species in the game, Federation Starfleet faction, obviously. He is science. We'll be flying an advanced research vessel, Tier 6. I'll be doing a review on this ship in the future. This is basically a nebula, a T6 nebula, is what you can think of this as. It does have a unique console and abilities, and all the mastery unlocks are done on it. As for the gear I'll be using, I'm totally going temporal with this one. It's got the complete Temporal Defense Initiative space set on it, including the Temporal Defense Initiative armaments, whole thing as well. And all the weaponry is basically any kind of Temporal Defense Chronoton beam array, that which goes with that set, and then anti-proton weapons. And so this should be hopefully pretty decent. I am also on myself, my character, I am using the Temporal Defense Initiative Reputation Armor Shield weapon, the whole set there. But my primary weapon I'll be using is the Herald anti-proton beam projector. And then I've, of course, got a lot of cool modules there on my kit to go with it. And what else? In terms of skill set, I'm be using the temporal operative as my primary specialization, pilot as secondary, and all that. That just kind of gives you an idea of what this character is thematically set for right now. Basically, the temporal operative, temporal initiative, reputation, that kind of thing. All right, let's go. It's interesting that it doesn't give us a specific location to go to this time, but just simply the Alpha Quadrant, which is unusual that it does that. Never seen that before. Also, very important to note, forgot this, should have said this sooner, I am playing this mission in advanced difficulty. Right there, missions will be started at advanced difficulty. Missions will be very challenging. So this mission is being played in the advanced difficulty. That means it's going to be tough, it's going to be rough, it's going to be hard and difficult. But I'm looking forward to that. Should be a challenge for us. Let's go out. And we'll head toward Alpha Quadrant. Okay.
Our scouts have found an attack element of the Tzenkethi fleet. We need to know what they're up to. As your ship is the closest, I'm sending you the intercept coordinates. The Rotaran and Core are both en route to assist you at high warp. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Begin. Okay, that's interesting. Never had this where you go to just the quadrant and then it starts the mission that way. So we're at the NGC 9835 system.
The Tzenkethi fleet is in your sector, though their current target is uninhabited. There are many more within range that are not. Losing another planet to their coward's weapon is not acceptable. We will not arrive in time to show them the price of their dishonor. That honor is yours. Teach them well.
So Martok here talking to us. Kapla! So here we go. Looks like we need to destroy the Tzenkethi ships. Again, we are in advanced difficulty. Oh, look, all the ships warped out. Okay, we got protomatter here. I guess we need to take those out.
The threat soon will be eradicated, with or without your help. Keep firing torpedoes until the planet is cracked.
I didn't come in at a very good angle there. I'm at a terrible angle right now. Come on, accuracy. We'll do your thing. Come on, that was so close. Die already. Thank you. Alright, let's use a tachyon beam on you. There we go, that's a lot better. Those frigates are pretty hard on advanced difficulty. That means the battleships are gonna be real hard.
Well fought, but it is far from over. Tzenkethi forces have been spotted near your location. Intercept them as soon as you can. We believe their target is a defenseless, inhabited world. The honor of defending it belongs to you. I trust you will not disappoint. Keep this up, and the Tzenkethi will have a nickname for you as well.
Cool. So that was our first little taste there. Not too bad. That was on advanced difficulty, and yeah, the frigates were definitely harder to take down, I noticed, on advanced difficulty. They were took a lot more to take them down. Now, what a pretty system. Look at the background on this.
This is Captain Kumarke. We're on our way to assist you.
That is a very beautiful background. I like that. Okay, this is going to take a lot of firepower. Okay, these. See if we can take care of these. See if I can get them with a gravity well. No? Yes? Maybe? I know that one's still firing at me. Okay, good. They'll handle the torpedoes. Okay. Hit you with a... Actually, I hit them with the wrong thing. Never mind. Here we go. Oh yeah, we got him, we got him, we got him. Good. Again, with these bad angles, I'm coming in a little too fast. But... Got him. Got him! Ah, that was not too bad. Chase these Tzenkethi. Chase them. Where are they?
Kern and I will arrive soon, despite the curses of our chief engineers. If warp cores were as fragile as they say, we would move through space at the speed of a legless targ. In the meantime, Tzenkethi cowards are targeting another defenseless, inhabited world. You will be that planet's sword and shield. Fight with honor!
So it looks like we're just going from
ahead.
system
We'll
to system.
secure things here and join you shortly.
Going from system to system, taking out the Tzenkethi. Haven't really been hit with one of their big battleships yet, but I'm sure that's coming. Oh boy. NGC 1012 system, destroy the Tzenkethi ships. Let's see. Okay, we got a cruiser here. I'm gonna hit it with that and that. But, dang, those torpedoes. Come back here. No, they're getting away. I can't catch them. I'm being held. Stop. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, I need more speed.
You deal with the Tzenkethi.
Yes.
I'll cover planetary defense.
Okay, she's back. She's there. She's gonna cover defense. Okay, good. Okay. Using my vortex again, and gravity well, and that, and that. And then he goes down easy.
You have chosen the path of resistance. Unwise.
Come on. These frigates, man. They just won't die. Alright, that worked out pretty well, and I think we managed to take out all the protomatter things. Thankfully, the Lucari showed up.
Captain defected to the Alliance. She's revealed the next target of the Tzenkethi fleet, Bajor.
Oh,
the
no.
intel checks out, so every available ship has been called to defend the planet. Even DS-9 is being moved there to assist.
No way.
The sooner you can get there, the better.
So
Bajor must be defended.
So just a couple things before we continue here. Bajor. Why Bajor, though? I have no idea. Maybe it's close to their home. It is in the same quadrant, I guess. Would be a big strategic location, because if you could control the area around the wormhole, that could be interesting. Moving the space station, DS9, we saw that in the series, Deep Space Nine, and it was difficult at the time they did it. especially trying to do it quickly. But of course, we are in the future now. We're like 30 years past that, or 30 or 40 years past that. Maybe they have now finally made it so that it's a lot easier to move the station. That is definitely possible over that course of time. Now, some powers that I'm using here that are really helping me, because this is Temporal Defense Initiative reputation stuff. I've got this cool power here called Temporal Fracture. So basically, when I fire it off, it will hold the enemy. It does physical damage. Yeah, it holds the target. It does physical damage. And then I get control amplification. I get exotic damage resistance and control resistance on the enemy. So when I do something like Gravity Well or something that does exotic damage, it does even more damage to them. And then this one I love. This is called Temporal Threading. This is just a flat out plus 25 armor penetration and 25% shield penetration for 15 seconds. Again, that's part of the Temporal Defense Initiative armaments, which I have on this ship. Then the ability I haven't used yet, I'm waiting to use it on one of their big capital ships because this will really help, is Tachyon Particle Field. This one will basically allow me to strip their shields and get through their shields really quickly and have a shield resistance debuff on them as well. So this is a really cool ability here. Also does electrical damage to them out of the blue there. So some cool abilities I have, and another one as well is the Entanglement Singularity to use as well. And then this is a bridge officer power that I've started using now called Subspace Vortex. This is Subspace Vortex 3. So I've got a ton of cool exotic damage abilities and temporal abilities, which are really
So, the
helping.
Tzenkethi have set their sights on Bajor. Dishonorable Baktag. I fought and bled many times over DS9 and Bajor. I would not let them fall to the Dominion, or the Breen, or the Cardassians, and I will not let them fall to the Tzenkethi. Soon we will fight, side by side, in honorable battle. It will be glorious.
I'm ready. Let's go. And of course, all my gear is Mark 14 Epic. That certainly helps as well. So far, there hasn't been any ground stuff here. It's all been space. I wonder if there will be any ground at all. Look at that shot.
Good. It would be unfortunate if you missed the glory of battle after all you have endured. Captain LaForge has a briefing for you. Review it and prepare for combat. Long-distance scans show a large Tzenkethi fleet heading our way. They will test us, and we must not be found lacking.
Let's go.
Glad you could make it. We've put together a pretty impressive force to defend the planet from the Tzenkethi. Let's just hope it's enough. Our objective here is straightforward. Protect Bajor at all costs.
Sounds reasonable.
The time for battle
Okay, here we
is
go.
upon us. Fight well
Wow.
and with honor. Kapla!
I don't even know where to start. Should I start with the small ships first or the big ones first? I think the small ones first and then go to the big ones. Maybe.
They're launching protomatter torpedoes. This is Sarah Schminna aboard DS9. Lead the torpedoes to us.
You got it. Because I can't deal with them right now. I got other problems. Yeah, I wanted to take out the small ones first. Now we can concentrate on these battleships. A little red matter, that, and a that, and a that, and a that. Should go away quickly. And one of those. Okay, let's use that. Whoa, okay, taking a lot of damage. Come on. Get him. Alright, got him. Let's take out this frigate first. Okay. Hey, we like cleared out all of them. Except for that one. Okay, cool. Help DS9. Answer hail.
Alliance forces, this is Commander Sarashmina on DS9. That assault hit us pretty hard. We might not make it through another without some critical repairs. I need some assistance in engineering. I want the station ready to face the next wave of Tzenkethi when they arrive. If you have the hands to spare, we could really use them now.
Okay. Although I didn't see that they took much damage, to be honest with you. We seem to manage that pretty well together. But if you say so. Sure, let's beam over a support team.
Repair crews are safely aboard.
Oh,
Thanks for...
oh crap.
Battle station.
Hey, that's big.
Is upon us.
Destroy this alliance filth!
No.
Prepare to purge Bajor!
I don't even know where to start. Let's get rid of this battleship. Okay. He's gone. I need healing bad, and I don't have it yet. I'm going to use that. That should reset my counters. Heal up. Take out these smaller ships over here. Oh, they're taking damage. I didn't know I could fire on them. I guess that makes sense. I should probably do that.
Tzenkethi battle station shields are down. Now's our chance.
To do what? Whoa, took a lot of damage there. Woohoo, that was fun. I took a lot of damage, but actually this thing went down a
Move
lot
on to the
quicker
Tzenkethi
than I thought it
battle
would.
station and shut down their launch systems. We'll do what we can to keep their fleet busy while you're there.
I guess we are going to ground on this. Okay, I'm ready.
The unique smells of a Tzenkethi vessel. It's been a while. I can't say I've missed the experience. Looks like we're on the tactical deck. Their weapon controls should be down this hallway. They're on full alert here, so expect a full security presence.
Tzenkethi ships are closing!
Okay. This is odd because it looks to me just like an Iconian ship in form. Alright, let's see. We need to defeat patrols.
Enemy transports detected! All hands, recall order!
All ships! This is General Kern! Fire at will!
Can't see what's going on. So much crap going on. Can't see. Just firing.
There. Weapons control is in that room, just ahead.
So much crap going on, I can't see anything.
Tzenkethi use short-range transporters instead of turbolifts. Our business is here. Let's move.
Shut down torpedo systems. Override tactical consoles.
Surprised to see me, Bajor? Let's finish this!
Oh, is he riding a scooter? What?
We have an unwanted guest. Finish him off quickly.
And take that. And that. And that. With all my temporal abilities here, I can't see what's going on, but it's fun.
You tried to end me once before. It won't go any better this time.
Clean up, father! You're in the skull of the White Trophy!
You fight like a Klingon. Will you die like one as well? Zenwarum fought well, but he won't be coming back from that.
Nope. He's gone. That was fun, though.
They know we're here. Good. Secure those consoles. One to go. Get to it while you can. Clever. They rerouted their weapons they're making it in command deck. We'll have to storm their command deck, the very heart of the beast. We'll need to use one of their transporters to get there. I saw one on our way here. Let's use it and get this over with.
Kapla. Wow, I don't know what I just blew up, but he blew up into pieces.
Enemy boarding party spotted near weapons control! Enemy target on sensor.
Tzenkethi are really annoying in that they knock you back and stuff. That knockback there, I can't do anything if they're going to keep knocking me backwards. It's really annoying. They got a stupid knockback. I'm going to take the loot. One thing I'm starting to do now is starting to take all the loot. I didn't used to before, but I'm doing it now because now you can salvage that and re-engineer items. So I'm taking all the loot so I can get a lot of salvage. Oh. Okay. Martok. For a second I didn't think he came with me. Are you gonna attack?
I am Captain Nethpar. It was I who alerted the Alliance about the attack on Bajor, and it is I who will fight at your side now.
Oh.
The Admiral must be stopped. We now walk the same path, along with the Butcher of Tzenkethi. This is unexpected. It is a day for unusual alliances, it seems.
Where is the Admiral?
Not far, though I warn you, the way there will be heavily guarded. Expect heavy resistance. Unlike myself, the soldiers here remain steadfast in their loyalty to him. All I ask is that he is given a chance to do the right thing and surrender. Far too many have already died in this madness.
I'll do what I can. Let's go. And heavy resistance. I like the sound of that.
The Admiral walks a path of madness. He must be stopped. So much destruction. So many lives lost. It has to end now.
Nice. That wasn't very heavy. I could use more resistance.
Target the Tzenkethi forces and fire!
Tzenkethi forces on attack vectors. They're relentless.
Captain Parr, I see you walk the path of betrayal with one of our most hated enemies, the Butcher himself. Truly, your depravity knows no bounds. And you, the ever-present thorn between my scales, meddling in my affairs at every turn. Your reckless heroism has endangered trillions. You must be so very proud.
You could have sought our aid.
Oh, who in the Alliance would hear us? The Federation? The Klingons? Both are enemies to us. One too compassionate and the other too honorable to end millions in order to save untold trillions. Or perhaps the Romulans? A race clinging to life, trapped in the shadow of their former glory, forever under the boot of their Alliance partners. A warbird with clipped wings. Pathetic! No. To do what must be done, the Tzenkethi were forced to walk that path alone. And thanks to you and others like you, the great doom of the galaxy looms over us all. And I despise you for it.
A doom in the form of harmless crystals?
So little do you know of the threat facing us all, and I lack the time or desire to explain it to you now. I offer you two choices. Stand aside, or stand in defiance and die. What say you?
No matter the threat, genocide is not an option.
You and Zengraku were my best captains, Ned. Today I lost both of you.
This crusade is unjust, and the battle is lost. It's over. Stand down now!
Well, I placed those in terrible positions.
Without hesitation.
Yeah, that didn't work out well. Whatever. Tried to use my
Surrender,
trap
Admiral,
thingy.
or fight if you have the spine for it.
Do you really think the conflict will end here, now? All of you!
Oh, there, he walked right into it that time. He went down really fast.
This Nethpar fights with honor. Today is full of surprises.
Enough! I yield! I yield! How proud you must be. You've saved Bajor and a few more worlds along with it. This will be a cold comfort to you when you lose millions more, of course.
Tell your fleet to stand down.
Computer, open a fleet-wide channel. All hands, this is the Admiral. An armistice has been reached. Effective immediately. Stand down.
You made the right choice.
Enjoy your victory while it lasts. And know this. The time will come when you feckless creatures will see the error of your ways. And I want to be there when it happens. I will relish the look of despair on your pathetic faces. In the meantime, computer, release weapons control to Alliance forces. You can use my command console as you see fit. The station is yours.
Wow, he gave us the he gave us the
I will
whole
ensure
station.
The Admiral honors the peace. See to it that your people honor it as well.
Call down security
Alpha
teams.
team reporting. The command deck is locked down.
This is Beta Team. Commencing operation now.
Wow. So we have the station. We like own this thing now. Yay. Okay. Shut down launch controls.
Victory belongs to us! Let's return to our ships and get the necessary reports filed quickly. The Ferengi, who runs the bar on Deep Space Nine, keeps a particular vintage of blood wine in stock for me. And I intend to drain every last drop of his supply. Soon, we will celebrate. For tomorrow, we may die!
Okay.
Incoming data from planets targeted by the Tzenkethi. Something's happening.
Show us, Lucari! Show us the price of your meddling!
Well, he's still there.
Patching it through.
Jod core system. Kufano. Whoa. Is this like, what's that movie, War of the Worlds?
And yet, those ships, like something of legend.
Ships. Do they come out of the ground?
They belong to the Hur'q.
The Hur'q.
We must return to our ships immediately.
I've heard of the Hur'q. I can't recall something to do with the Klingons. So they're bad, I take it.
I know them. The greatest enemy to ever challenge the Empire. The Hur'q. So, this is the doom the Tzenkethi speak of. The enemy they'd kill billions to stop.
So, I remember, yeah, the Hur'q, I guess, went to war with the Klingons at one point, but I guess the Klingons stopped them, and now they have more than just the Klingons. We have the whole Federation on their back, so I don't see how they could be a huge threat. Let's see the Hur'q here.
The Hur'q are our greatest foe. An enemy that invaded Kronos over 1,000 years ago. No other enemy came so close to ending us. Not even the Iconians. For Klingons, they are the monsters of legend. We thought they were extinct. We were fools.
So here's what I'm thinking, okay? Yeah, they were the greatest foe to the Klingons 1,000 years ago. And obviously the Klingons were less, weaker. I don't even know if they were spacefaring 1,000 years ago, but they defeated the Hur'q by themselves and are here. So now that the Klingons not only have them, but they have this alliance with the Federation and the Romulans, shouldn't it be a lot easier to take them out? You would think it would be not as difficult, especially since it's been 1,000 years since the Hur'q have been here. Have they evolved? Have they grown in technology, or have they stayed stagnant? If they're using technology from 1,000 years ago, then it should be pretty easy to take them out. I'm not so sure that I see the threat here. Maybe I just don't know enough about the Hur'q. I don't know if there's a lot of lore associated to this. I might have to wiki it up and see if I can read more about the Hur'q, because I'm just right now, I'm not seeing the threat potential there.
There is lore about the Hur'q using caretakers, bred to prepare worlds for the return of their masters. I believe what the Tzenkethi call Dransuli are those creatures. Wherever they were, the Hur'q were there as well, sleeping, waiting to return, to attack. And now, it seems that day has come.
So here we can see that they've been sleeping, waiting, which means in 1,000 years they have not developed their technology. They have not improved it, whereas the Klingons have, and especially the Federation and the Romulans, we've all improved our technology, and they haven't, unless these caretakers have. But again, they just seem to be like bug creatures. I don't know that they could. I'm not seeing the threat yet. Let's go on.
Recommendations? We fight! There is no honorable alternative. All of our lore tells us that the Hur'q will attack without fear, without hesitation. If Bajor is to survive, we must meet the Hur'q in battle.
Okay, all hands to battle stations.
Many a Klingon.
Guess we're doing this now.
Of battle with the Hur'q to test themselves as chaos.
Oh, we're doing this now. Whoa, we're not even waiting.
DS9 is under attack.
Okay, well, let's do it.
This is Captain Nelpa, speaking for the Tzenkethi forces. All ships, target the Dransuli vessels.
Yeah, they go down pretty quick. They're not that difficult. There's just a lot of them.
Abandon ship! Abandon ship!
Yeah, there's a lot of them, but they go down real quick.
The Dransuli are everywhere! Wake up!
What?
We've lost
No.
shields. DS9 is taking heavy damage.
I don't see that. I call shenanigans. They were not doing that much damage.
No,
They
doesn't
just
work, Core.
were not.
Eject! Do it now!
They were not doing that much damage.
Disabled.
Deep Space Nine, this is Marta. Report.
We give our lives to Bajor!
They definitely swarmed. But they don't do a whole lot of damage.
The Hur'q are coming in fast. They're hard to hit.
They are annoying as crap.
Shut down! We're in trouble here! Ah!
Good gosh, they're annoying. Can't shake them.
I'm putting up quite a fight.
I don't buy DS9 being taken out that fast. I just don't. Yeah, these things can swarm, but they weren't doing that much damage.
This is Captain Meth Ha. A large number of enemy vessels are converging on our position, and we are still defenseless from the previous battle. We need your support so we can safely evacuate. We face a common foe, despite our differences. Can we count on your aid?
You'll have it. Stand by.
Comms are back, but nearly everything else is offline.
Defend the battle station. Okay.
Captain Sean, all Alliance forces. The Enterprise is here to help.
Oh, good. Enterprise showed up. Let's do that. There we go. I need spread.
Slow down those Hur'q ships. They're much easier to hit that way.
Dang, they like get right behind me where I don't want them. They get right behind me. Why are you behind me? Whoa, taking damage.
Target the Hur'q forces and fire!
Most of us evacuated, but the admiral is still on board. Turn to that captain. Traitor and new ally. No, we will fight with our story. Coward! I am unarmed and request sanctuary on DS9. Permission to come aboard.
Brent, security escort will be conducted.
If I can get far enough away, I can use my entanglement.
To my fullest extent.
My gosh, they are... There we go.
Martok, we
That'll
will
keep
await
them
you in Stovokor.
over there. That's how you do it. There we go. I don't know what's going on. There's all kinds of talk going on while I'm battling. I can't listen to it and fight at the same time.
We're picking up something here. Looks like the wormhole is opening.
There's all kinds, like all this chatter is going on over here on the left of my screen and in my, like that, in my ear. I got no idea what's going on. None of it matches up with what I'm seeing on screen. It's really annoying.
Can't get a clear reading. Our sensor arrays are pretty banged up over here. Frankly, we have bigger concerns. We're in danger of being overrun by the Hur'q.
No, we're not.
If we fall, Bajor is next.
They're gone. It's empty.
Kalis didn't have the Dominion to deal with when he battled the Hur'q.
So the Dominion are showing up too? Oh, okay. Oh, that's a lot of Hur'q. Okay, now I see that's a problem. Yeah, that could be a problem. That's a lot of them. Ah, there they go. I'm going to call out my Nimbus. Sorry, I got to use it. You know what? I should also use my photonic fleet. I don't use it very often, but I might need to now.
Grethon is littered with souls that felt fear when facing the Hur'q in battle.
Multiple hull breaches. Engineering deck. Attempting to...
Dominion ships incoming. Are they attacking?
Yeah, the Dominion are here.
Dominion vessels, commence attack on the Hur'q. And remember, victory is life.
Wow, they're attacking the Hur'q.
The Dominion is on our side.
Having to do some fancy flying here. There are a lot of Hur'q ships. Okay, now I can see them as a threat. Now I definitely can. It's because they swarm. There's just so many of them. Well, thank you, Dominion. You actually helped. Wow, the Dominion. Oh, look at that. They're flying inside the station.
Alliance forces.
A little too
I am
close.
Loris 4. I bring you greetings from the Founders. While it should be quite evident that we come to you in peace, I understand that my predecessor was a source of discord during her time here. Trust is important, so please, allow me to return the Alliance personnel we recovered from the battle station before it exploded.
It exploded?
As a gesture of good faith.
All of that, I didn't even notice that it exploded. I really didn't. There was just too much going on. So Loris 4, I believe we have met Loris before, and I forget which mission she was in, but she was in a mission before. Thank you. What brings you here?
As always, I live to serve the Founders. I realize the concept of such a selfless existence is often challenging to those in the Alliance, but it really is my only goal in life. As to our presence here, the fleet has traveled here today to bring you a message, but it is not for me to deliver.
Okay, then who will deliver it?
We have to talk.
What? That's Odo, but he... Oh, what? The transmission cuts out.
I know that changeling. He's called Odo. He used to run security for DS9. And now he's here, in command of a Dominion fleet. Impressive entrance. Whatever this is about, it isn't a matter to be taken lightly. If Odo has something to say, it would be foolish not to listen. The return of both the Dominion and the Hur'q is no coincidence. I suspect we'll be seeing each other again very soon.
Wow, this took a different turn than I thought it would. Until then, General. And I guess we're warping out. Well, we definitely need to... I think I just exploded as I warped out. Alright, we gotta talk about this mission, but let's turn it in first.
What could have led the Tzenkethi to attack Bajor? We've found no signs of the crystal eggs they've targeted in previous attacks. Perhaps it was meant to distract us while they pursued their mad crusade elsewhere. Well, unfortunately, that's just the first of our problems. The return of the Hur'q is cause enough for concern. But the return of the Dominion? That's another matter entirely. While the presence of Odo is reassuring, I've learned the hard way not to take any overtures from the Founders lightly. President Hur'q and the Council are sending envoys to DS9 to get to the bottom of this. We've enjoyed peace with the Dominion for some time now. If that's in danger, I want to know about it.
Indeed. Alright, well, let's get our rewards. Take our featured episode weekly reward. We'll take our Bajor defense, covariant shield, and on February 1st, we'll get the deflector. February 8th, the impulse engine. February 15th, we're going to get the Butcher's Mek'leth. And there's all our rewards. Wow. Alright, so we got a lot to talk about here. Let's go back to Seoul. Okay, so the Tzenkethi attacking Bajor. I think, just like Quinn said, that must have been... they must have just done that to distract us so that they could go attack the worlds with the Hur'q caretakers. And so that's why they went to Bajor. So the whole point of the Tzenkethi was they wanted to commit genocide, killing worlds with those crystals or caretakers on them to prevent the Hur'q from coming about, pretty much. So to do that, they were just committing genocide and killing all the worlds with the caretaker crystal alien bug things. So that's what they're all about. They understood that the Hur'q could be a potentially very terrible thing for everybody. Which is okay, but they did it the wrong way. Genocide. Now, the other key to the coin, that doesn't make sense. The other side to the coin, that's what I'm trying to say. The other side to the coin is here. Were the Hur'q really that much of a threat? And I didn't see it right up front because apparently they attacked the Klingons 1,000 years ago. They've been sleeping 1,000 years, hence not progressing technologically, whereas the Klingons have been. And what the Klingons didn't have then that they do have now is the forces of the Federation and the Romulans and maybe even others that would help. And that did not exist 1,000 years ago, so it was just the Klingons. But the Klingons still managed to fight off the Hur'q 1,000 years ago and succeeded. So even without our help, they still won that war. And now with our help, they certainly should, if the Hur'q are not that threatening. Now I can see, after we encountered them here, which was shocking that they were going to show up in this mission, first of all. Did not expect that. Did not expect we would have one battle with the Tzenkethi, it would end, and then we'd be thrust into another battle immediately. That was really cool, and I like Cryptic. Thank you, Cryptic, for doing that, having all that space battle in there. That was a lot of fun. But now I can see how the Hur'q could be a really threatening enemy because they swarm. They may not have a lot of firepower, and they may not do a ton of damage to you, but they swarm, and when they swarm, then they do a lot of damage, and it's hard to fight them off. It's hard for one ship to fight off a huge swarm. It reminds me, and I hope they're going this way, it reminds me of the Magog in Andromeda. The Magog basically won because they swarmed. They had so many of them that they would just swarm and overtake you. They would overtake a ship. Now, they were a little different. They would burrow into a ship and go on board and kill the people. But still, the idea stands that it was a swarm, basically. And in this way, I'm seeing that's how the Hur'q operate as well. It's a swarm, and it just overwhelms you because it's too many numbers. Again, also you could compare this with the Wraith in Stargate. They swarmed the Atlanteans, and there were just so many of them that they couldn't deal with the numbers. It was a numbers game. And if that's the deal with the Hur'q, I could see that being threatening, and that would be an interesting storyline. Also definitely difficult to deal with. I noticed they like to trail toward my aft section of my ship, and that's the worst place to shoot me, because even though I have three 360-degree beams here in the back, my forward beams don't do anything. They can't shoot backwards. So really I need to shoot from the front to utilize all my beams. But if they're in my rear, then that's not going to help much. So I think what we're going to need to deal with the Hur'q are builds that use fire at will. Fire at will is going to be a huge one for dealing with the Hur'q. And then any kind of spread. Cannon scatter volley or torpedo spread. Those are going to be very useful. And of course, fire at will. So fire at will, cannon scatter volley, and then torpedo spread. That should help deal with those swarms in the back. You may even want to start putting a torpedo in the back and using a spread of torpedoes in your aft section to throw them off. Might actually be a useful build if we're dealing with the Hur'q a lot. But it sounds like the Hur'q is something they're building up to, and I can see now how that could possibly be interesting. So I'm looking forward to that. Next, the Dominion showing up out of nowhere. First of all, very lucky they came just in time. What if they hadn't come just in time? That could have been disastrous. But they did, and they helped us. Perhaps the Dominion has dealt with the Hur'q in the past. Very possible. Maybe even the Hur'q came from the Gamma Quadrant originally. Very possible, right? So maybe they know about that threat, and that's why the Dominion are here to actually help us this time. And since we've got a surprise Odo leading that battle fleet, perhaps he has convinced the Founders to send the Dominion fleet to help us. Maybe they were just going to originally leave us alone and let us deal with the Hur'q. But because Odo heard about it, and he knows the humans, the Federation, Starfleet, all that, and the Klingons, all of it. He, convinced them to send that fleet and eventually will help us. That's really cool, if that's true. Now, that little cutscene with Odo was a little odd. It was very obvious they did not get him back to do new voice acting for that. They just took that from some kind of episode or whatever in the past and cut that in here. It sounds like a recording of a TV show. It sounds like they literally took a recording device and just played back a DS9 episode and recorded that little bit and then put it in the game. Probably that's what they did. But anyway, it's cool seeing him back in the game and in this franchise. Even if he's not voice acting it, it's good to see his character back. And I wonder where they're going to take that. What are they going to do with Odo moving forward? And maybe they'll answer what he's been doing for the last 40 years. Has he just been in the Great Link? I'm wondering, So that was a good surprise to see. And it definitely looks like we're going a DS9 direction for this year. For 2018, they said they were going to have new storylines and go in a new direction and have a big update, possibly a new playable faction. So if that's true, it sounds like we are definitely headed toward a DS9 scenario here. Some kind of DS9 content, Cardassians, Bajorans, whatever. Content, maybe a playable character, species, faction kind of thing with the Cardassians. Who knows? But it sounds like we're definitely going to be getting more DS9 stuff. So for those that love DS9, 2018 is your year for Star Trek Online. So I'm interested to see where all this goes. Now the mission itself, I enjoyed it. It had a lot of space battle, and I love space battle in this game. I like it. I like a lot of it. I want it thrown at me, and I want it hardcore. This was pretty hardcore. This was good. We had several instances where we warped to different planets and did battle. Then we had the big battle around DS9 and Bajor, and then it cut, and it was like the mission was over. But no, the Hur'q show up, and then we have to deal with that battle. So that was a lot of fun. We even had a good amount of ground battle. It was actually pretty intense. You had the guards, and then the two, I guess you could call them boss Tzenkethis in that one. So it had a lot of ground combat as well. I like it challenging us, and I wish the game would do more of that, challenging us. Now I played this on advanced difficulty, so this was not normal, this was advanced. And I still felt that some of it was a little easy. Maybe I'm just way overpowered. I don't know. But I feel that there's probably a lot of players in this game, especially if you've been here all 8 years like me, who are at this level of powers in terms of, abilities and specializations and traits and, gear and all that stuff. Probably a lot of people are at that position. And I kind of felt it could have been a little more challenging at advanced, to be honest with you. Some of the space and ground stuff seemed to be a little bit easier than I thought it would be. But at the same time, there were a couple of hard hitters. I noticed it took longer to take out the Tzenkethi ships than when I played on normal difficulty. And then I also noticed that with the swarm of the Hur'q, it was starting to eat away at my damage a lot, and I almost died many times. So I guess, it was more difficult than normal, but I'm just so powerful that it almost seemed like it was just a little bit easier than it should have been, but still, it probably wasn't. It probably was very difficult. And I can imagine people that have, aren't as decked out as I am, or have a tier 6 ship, or have all the epic gear and all that, would probably have a difficulty with those missions, maybe blow up several times, before completing it. So, I guess that's just a thing. I'm just trying to note the differences, because I haven't really played this entire game on advanced difficulty yet. I'm actually doing that right now. I've got a new Let's Play series that I've started. I'm doing the Romulan faction right now. I'm about 8 videos into that playthrough right now. It's the Romulan faction. I'm playing as a Reman in the tactical career, and I'm playing the entire game on advanced difficulty from start to finish. And that's something I've never done before. I've always done normal difficulty. But on this playthrough, I'm doing all advanced difficulty. So for the first time, I'm having that experience. And if you'd like to, watch that series along with me, you can check it out in the top right corner. I'll put a link that'll pop down, and you can go check out that that new playthrough. I'm going to play the entire game from start to finish in advanced as a Riemann. So I'm actually starting to experience advanced difficulty, for the first time versus normal. I've always just played normal in the game. So we'll see what happens, but I did enjoy this mission on advanced. I did feel it was a little more challenging. Sometimes it felt a little easy, sometimes it felt a little challenging. I guess it went back and forth, Sometimes it was easy, sometimes it wasn't. Definitely, I was taking a lot of damage there toward the end for sure with the Hur'q. But anyway, I enjoyed the mission a lot. It was a lot of fun. I give Cryptic an A+ on the mission there, and I look forward to seeing what they have next. Also, let's look at our rewards. We get a box, of course, the featured episode weekly reward. I'm going to use this for specialization point, but I'm going to use this on a different character. I'm going to move this over. This is bound to account. You can put it in your account bank and put it on a different character if you want. I've actually got another character who needs more specialization points. Now here is the unique reward we get this week. This is the Bajor Defense Covariant Shield. So Covariant Shield means it's going to have the highest capacity, and in fact it even has more. It's got a capacity times 3 on it. So right now at level 12, mark level 12, very rare, it's 10,178 shield capacity with a 444 shield regeneration. Now what's interesting, what's unique about the shield is it's got this thing called Retaliatory Coronal Shield Ejection. When any shield facing is depleted, there's a 3,935 plasma damage to all enemies in a cone along that facing. To all targets hit by blast, 609.1 plasma damage per second for 6 seconds. Can trigger once for every 30 seconds per individual shield facing. And it's part of the new set called the Bajor Defense Set. Now, part of that set is a warp core, the hyper injection warp core. You can only get that warp core from the free admiral anniversary ship. The free anniversary ship for the 8th year. That's where you will find that. So in your reputation right here, the this ship right here, this is the Bajoran Interceptor Tier 6, and it comes with this, the Bajor Defense Hyper Injection Warp Core, which is part of that set. So you have to get the free anniversary ship in order to get the warp core, and then you can complete the whole set. And if you play this mission several times over, when the items are released, you'll have the whole set. Now we get 400 vouchers as well, so I can go ahead and add my 400 vouchers to this. And there we go. I'm already 44% done. 44% on my way there. So basically I just got to keep playing it and get that ship. Then I'll have the warp core too, and I can put that in combination with the shield and the rest of the items, which will be an engine and a deflector array. And then I get this Bajor defense set. Now it has some bonuses on here. A set 2 bonus is called Core Damage Systems. You're going to get plus 17.8% phaser damage, plus 17.8% disruptor damage, and plus 17.8% plasma damage. So with this build, you could make a phaser, a disruptor, or a plasma build, and that bonus is going to boost any of those energy types. So that's cool. And I wonder if that plasma buff will improve the plasma damage from the shield ejection. I wonder if that's true. If it is, you may want to go with a plasma build and really buff the heck out of plasma. The set 3 bonus is range modulation. Set warp core passive, range increase from 2 kilometers to 5 kilometers over energy siphoning field. Retaliatory coronal ejection, range increase from 2.5 to 5, so that's beneficial to increase the range of that damage. And then set 4 is manipulative energy siphon field. Energy siphon now additionally reduces foe turn rate by 33% and lowers resistance by 15%, while providing you with those bonuses. So that's what you're going to get out of the Bajor set when it's available. And of course, I'll review that set when it's all out and I have all the pieces and get them together. I'll take a look at that set. Just real quick, I'm wondering what this, what shield is that? Prevailing innervated resilient shield array. Why was that in my visuals? I have no idea even where that came from. Must have been something else I played. Prevailing regalia. I don't know why the heck it was in there. But anyway, what I wanted to do was put this Bajoran shield in there and see if it has a visual. So it looks like the Bajoran shield makes the ship gray with some patterning on it. There you go. So that's the visual of the Bajoran shield. Makes it gray and has some kind of patterning on it, and it makes the I guess the impulse engines here, it makes them red and yellow. Red and yellow, red and yellow, red and yellow. And I guess the Bussard collectors are also yellow, because, yeah, without it they're not yellow. Yeah, so there you go. That's what that does. Okay. Well, so that's what the Bajoran shield does to it, just in case you're curious. Makes it look like that. I bet it would look good on a Bajoran ship. We'll have to try it when we get the Bajoran ship and see what it looks like on. I don't really like it on the Federation ship here, but maybe on a Bajoran ship it'll look good. We'll find out anyway. Right? Okie dokie. Well, that's pretty much all I got for this featured episode. This has been real fun. This was a fun mission. I enjoyed it, and I look forward to what Cryptic is going to have for 2018. DS9 stuff, Hur'q stuff, Dominion stuff, Odo stuff. I'm looking forward to all of it. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this mission overall, and where you think it's all headed. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.